Who am I? I'm going to do an impression. Are you ready?
All right. I'm scared.
You don't know who that is?
No.
It's that turtle who fucks that shoe.
Oh. Fuck. That's good shit. Blue gorilla?
Why don't you come into our monster vault?
Welcome back to Monster Vault, Crandall.
Hello.
This is the show where we take the monsters and rate them according to our scientific system.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're back, and we're doing Interview with the Vampire. Yeah. I didn't hate it as much as I thought I would. It was not bad. It was not bad. Whew. This is my assistant, Crandall.
Hi.
And we're going to have a real nice show. It's going to be real calm and collected and cool.
We're just chilling.
Housekeeping.
We got any housekeeping today, Crandall?
I have some sake. And what do you have?
Nothing new.
Does that mean beer?
Yeah, there's beer over here.
Yeah.
All right, the usual website, spookyroomproductions.com is still there. There's nothing new and exciting going on there. There's nothing new exciting going on the Instagram.
Oh my God, why are you so sad today?
I'm not sad.
Oh.
I'm calm, cool, and collected.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Today we're filming after only having a couple of drinks instead of 6 or so.
I don't know actually.
It is a little lower thing going on.
What, lower energy?
Lower energy.
Well, do you
yeah.
want to start over?
I'm cool.
Okay.
I'm all right. Oh, the monster intro. So we're continuing our vampires.
Vampires! Which is the best vampire? Which movie has the best vampires? We'll find out today with our scientific
We're not going to
formula.
find out today.
Oh, wait, we're not going to find out today.
This is not going to be the best one. We've done Dracula. We've done Nosferatu.
Yeah.
And now we're going to do Interview with the Vampire.
Yes.
Now there's another one that we're going to do at the end,
Yeah, we need 4.
which technically should be done before this one.
Well,
But the book, it doesn't make much sense that I'm doing it by the book, but the book came out in 1976.
okay.
So I'm going to go with that instead of the date the movie that we're going to do next time comes out. So blah, 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 blah.
Oh, you're trying to do everything chronologically?
No, but we had the older movies first and then the more modern movies later. And technically this movie came out at the very end of all of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so technically we should do it in the other order, but because the book came out earlier.
I wouldn't worry about it.
1976.
I don't think anyone's judging you. Everyone, write in and tell Ripley how you're not judging him for his order of
The internet
vampire
always
movies.
does that. They always write in when they're not judging you.
That's right. Well, has anyone, asked for it?
Interview with the Vampire.
Okay.
Tell me, what do you know
What do I know?
about Interview with the Vampire?
Okay. It came out in the 90s.
It came out in 1976.
No, I
you
mean
mean
the
the
movie.
movie?
Are we
Oh,
talking
yeah.
about the movie or the book?
I was talking about in general.
Oh,
but-
I'm sorry.
But
Well,
yeah, you're right. The movie
You're
was in
asking,
the 90s.
okay, what I know about it, this is what I know. The movie, Tom Cruise, etc., came out in the 90s. I read the book when I was like 16.
Wow.
I didn't think too much about it. I'm not, like everyone probably knows by now, I don't care about monsters. I think it's not, whatever, it's not my thing. So the book did not thrill me, but I did remember thinking that she's a good writer. She's dead now, do you know that?
What?
She died last year.
What?
Yeah. I know. Oh, I'm sorry to break it
didn't know.
to you on air. On air. Oh my god.
Oh, well. What are you going to do?
Oh,
Wow.
I know. I think she died last year in 2021.
We're gonna have to not bag on it so hard now.
No, fuck it. People came here.
They came here
listen
to hear what we do.
your opinion, and
I
they
really
need
did think
to
I
be
was gonna
on it.
just hate the movie up and down, and going into it, that's what I said.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't too bad. And you know what? Tom Cruise is not bad.
You know what? I was actually surprised. Okay, I don't watch a lot of Tom Cruise movies. Let me
Mhm.
start it putting it that way, or any of these people. I watch old movies mostly. But anyway, yeah, I was surprised at how Tom Cruise was doing a really good job, especially compared
to Brad Pitt.
Pitt.
I was gonna
"What
say,
the
like, maybe he
fuck?"
wasn't doing a great job, but compared to Brad Pitt,
I don't
oh
know.
my
I just
lord.
was like, "Goo." Even Christian Slater did a freaking
But I
decent
mean,
job.
look at the character he was playing. He was playing Louis.
And oh, by the way, Rip hates Louis. He hates
Yeah,
him the whole time.
the
He's
whole
just like,
time.
"Oh, Louis." Nah.
Louis, I fucking hate him.
And I'm like,
So broad strokes of the story, Louis is like this dude. He owns a plantation, and his wife dies. His daughter dies too? I don't remember. And so he's very, very sad. He's so sad.
Look.
And then Lestat comes. He's the other vampire. And he says, Louis, I'll make you live forever or something. Which is weird because he's like all depressed. And it seems like he wanted to die, but he's like, no, I'll live forever. Even more so.
Oh,
And
do you think he did that on purpose so that he could be more emo and more sad for longer?
yes.
He's like, you know what would be better?
Yeah.
If I
My
could be
suffering
sad
was
forever.
eternal.
So romantic.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was me channeling Ripley, by the way, because I know he hates him so much. Go ahead.
And then, they sort of romp around together. They turn a little girl into a vampire, and then they meet some other vampires.
Wait a second. You're just glossing over the little girl and how beautiful her hair was?
Okay, you can talk about the hair.
I just thought her hair was really cute when
And
it
the
was
girl
all
was
curly.
played by.
And what?
And the girl was played by.
Kirsten Dunst.
I think, I was pretty sure you'd remember better than that.
Again, I watch old movies. If you
Mhm.
want me to point out, Lana Turner or something.
Yeah,
that's cool.
exactly. And I'm like, all movies stop at the 80s?
Yeah, exactly.
Mm,
Kane Hodder, of course.
yes.
But anyway, you could recognize him out of the mask.
So then he goes to. They kill Lestat, and then they go and they find some other vampires. And then some stuff happens, and then all those vampires die, and then Louis fine. The girl dies, and then Lestat comes back.
Well,
Whoa!
okay. Yeah, I suppose those are the broad strokes.
Broad strokes. Not really important for what we do here, but there you are. That's what it is.
What do we... Okay, yes.
So, which do you think was the better vampire of the two in there? Louis or Lestat?
Better vampire?
Yeah, the better vampire. We're going to have to judge it.
Well, it had to be Lestat because he has no problem with killing and doing vampire stuff. So,
Mhm.
as far as a vampire goes, it's got to be Lestat. For sure.
Yeah.
But-
And also seemed to have more powers because he was older or lived longer or whatever.
Yes.
'Cause they don't really explain too much of it in the movie, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember a lot of the book. Like I said, it didn't do anything for me. But
And then there's all the lore that comes later that they explain all the things about why some people are more powerful and the history of the vampires and where they all come
yes,
from.
you read more of the vampire books of Anne Rice. And The Interview was the only Anne Rice vampire book that I have ever read, and it was only that one time. I read her spanking series, Sleeping Beauty, the trilogy,
Mhm.
recently, last year, I think.
Yes.
And, it was fun.
And she put those out during her period in between Interview and Lestat.
Oh.
That's where all those came out. And she said it was because her Interview didn't do spectacularly well, but it did okay. It was always around and became a cult hit until even after the Lestat book came out, it still wasn't huge. Until after the 3-book box set, I think, was when the numbers really started taking off, and then she was, I'm in the monster game. Monsters all the time. So I think we should talk about Lestat and run him through our usual questions as opposed to Louis, because otherwise I'm just going to give him all the lowest
That
scores.
is true. Okay, fine. That's fine.
So we'll do the Lestat.
Oh, wait, I didn't even write Interview on the board.
Oh, well, I guess we can write Lestat.
Okay. Lestat.
Because I just don't want to talk about any of the other vampires. When they go to the theater, the vampires, and everyone's dancing around, and it's just so annoying.
Yeah, he really hated that part.
Oh, it's so pretentious. Oh, so rough.
Yeah, with all the vampire crypt and the Antonio Banderas. And
I liked Antonio Banderas. I just wish he wasn't surrounded with all the other foolishness going on.
Yeah, it's like a musical theater.
And
or
they
something.
actually, like, you could tell that even, well, the character itself also is like, I hate all these other vampires. But I
Yes.
think also Antonio Banderas also hates all the other vampires.
Wait, if I remember, so Antonio Banderas kind of falls in love with Louis, right? And then he wants to go and hang out with Louis, and Louis is like, nah.
And he's like, he sets it up so that the other vampires like wall up Louis and then kill the little girl, knowing that Louis would take revenge and kill all the other vampires because he was sick of them anyway, or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I just didn't understand why Louis didn't. I guess he wanted to maintain his sadness, so he didn't want to have a cool friend or a lover or whatever.
I want to be alone forever.
Yeah, I don't want to have a good, healthy relationship. No, stay here. That's sad. And he's like such an old vampire, Antonio Banderas, that he could have taught him vampire stuff and blah blah blah. You know, waste.
They could have like chilled and hung out and been awesome. I know. So you want to get right to the numbers?
Sure.
All right.
Powers.
Lestat. We saw him move fast.
Yes.
He could move fast, and what else do we see him do? A little bit of mind reading. There was a tiny bit of mind reading, and he was like, well, just read their mind. And Louis was like, oh, I can't. He was like, oh, the gift is different for others. Stuff like that.
Yes.
So we have that, and anything else?
Nah.
Yeah, it didn't, maybe a little bit stronger, but we don't know. Like, he didn't seem that strong.
He seems like he has a really strong will to live.
Yeah.
Oh my God! How can we talk? First of all, I forgot all about this till right now. Speaking of his will to live,
Well, that's why
So-
we have these questions.
Lestat is all in his New Orleans mansion or whatever for years all by himself. He's like recovering, and they try because you said that they killed him, but they didn't really. But yeah, they thought. Anyway,
Oh, yes, they set him on fire.
Louis comes back years later. Louis is cool.
Like
He's
decades
fine.
and decades later.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and so Lestat's all haggard, whatever.
Hanging
And
out in
then
this dirty old building.
A fucking helicopter comes down and shines a light in the window.
Forever.
Why?
And they shine it
Why?
forever.
And he's like, what? And they do not explain that, and it makes no sense. I don't
Because it shines the light in, and
understand.
they've obviously found somebody, and then they keep looking at that somebody, and then must have either realized, well, that's not who we're looking for, but then keep shining the light and hovering
Okay,
there.
I don't know what things are like in New Orleans, but I can tell you this. I never seen a helicopter hover down and stare into a second story or third story window, whatever you want to say it is, ever in my... Can you imagine?
That would be
It's
crazy.
a normal police action.
Yeah.
Helicopters are just coming
Just
down and
checking old
shining
buildings.
lights into a crumbling old mansion.
That's a good
What the fuck?
use of resources.
So fucking stupid. What the
Unless
fuck
that's
was that?
all a flying
I
metal
know.
bird.
Oh, it's scary. It's all bright and shit. I'm like, dude.
It's like you've been in this house and seeing all this stuff grow up around you. You didn't just magically appear.
I know that has nothing to do with powers, but all of a sudden it hit me. And
Yes. You were
All right.
enraged about that one.
his powers.
So,
Yeah,
I mean,
guess-
and well, he's a vampire, so he's immortal.
Yeah.
You know, you get that. And, the power to create other vampires.
Doesn't every vampire have that
Yeah, yeah. But, we got to give it to him. We're
power? Okay.
you
Yeah,
know,
yeah, all right.
We're giving it to Dracula.
All right, so I'll give him
Okay, I got a number up here behind the screen where you can't see it.
What? You have numbers on that side?
No, well, I got fingers up.
I can see it right there.
Well, that's my number.
I didn't. I
Well, I didn't see it.
I didn't see it. Shit. Okay, I'm sorry. That probably made no sense to anyone just listening to this.
Well, that's true.
I was
I'm
gonna,
saying a 3.
I was gonna say like a 4.
Mm.
So I think
3.5.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Bar fighting.
Bar fighting.
Bar fighting. Let's start in a bar fight.
I mean, it'd probably
Well,
be
explain.
fine. Like,
Yeah,
he looks like he...
explain.
Vampires are a little
You
stronger.
didn't explain the category.
Oh, bar fighting. All right, well, how good is this creature going to be in a regular stand-up bar fight?
With his powers or without
With his powers.
Oh, with his I always thought it
Yes.
was without it. I've been saying
No,
that.
no, with the powers.
Well, fuck.
And I was going to say he'd do fine, but then I remembered he can move super fast, so he could, like, run around behind people, punch him in the back of the head, and hit him with a pool cue, and they'd never be able to, catch him.
I mean, yeah, he'd be really if he had all his powers.
Mm-hmm.
Then yeah, I mean, he's like
I mean, that's pretty good.
an 8.
Yeah. I mean, that alone, bar fighting, I'd give him an 8.
Wow.
Even if it's really crowded, he could hop over people and stuff. That's all right. All right, we'll give him an 8, bar fighting. I didn't think you'd get any high scores in this one, but fine. That's why they're so scientifically built, these questions.
Weaknesses.
Weaknesses. Sunlight.
Yeah. Yep. Sunlight. Yeah.
I mean, that's about it.
Oh, that's it? They set him on fire. That seemed to set him back a bit. Oh yeah, I forgot. It's like a weakness that is like
it's not the same as humans and stuff like that.
Well,
Set anyone on
sunlight's pretty big weakness.
fire. I mean, yeah. And although they get into it into the books that they have to sleep during the day, so that's another one there.
Oh, okay.
So I guess if you sneak up on them during the day, you can stake them and whatnot.
That's an incredibly huge weakness.
That's a big one. That's a big one. So like a 5, middle of the road weakness.
Sure, 5.
Because the crosses, the garlic, all that shit, that doesn't affect them at all.
5 it is. Weakness 5. It's on the board.
On the board.
It's in the annals. It's official.
Pack size.
Pack size.
Well, in this one, there actually are packs of vampires.
Yes, in the catacombs.
No. So it starts off with 2. They even have a 3 with the girl, and then later on, a whole whack of them.
And the girl, which you never mentioned, wanted a lady friend.
That's true.
So, I don't know.
So pack size, you can max out, go straight for the 10.
10?
10, yeah.
No.
Mm.
No. Because I think
Limited by blood.
limited by humans finding out about them because the pack size is too big. If there's like a whole city of vampires, people are just gonna burn it down or whatever.
Yeah, it's true. So 5?
You don't have to change your score.
I'll change it. You've convinced me.
Okay.
Your rhetoric is perfect.
Well, I don't know if it's 5. I'd say because I think you could secretly have a lot of vampires, but they need to feed on people, so it's like oh my god, again with this movie, and they're like hey, we're living here in New Orleans and we're all cool and we're killing so many fancy people, like everyone would know.
Oh yeah. Because
When-
Lestat loved the aristocrats. It's
Yeah.
just like they were dropping like flies. Like how many aristocrats are there in New Orleans?
Exactly. It's like I don't know. It was stupid, but I don't really like this movie. I don't really like this story. I think that I don't know. Anne Rice is not that kind of. She can. What the hell? Okay, let's just cut.
Pack size.
All right, pack size. All right, you know what? I'll give it a boop 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 boop. 8, 7, because I think they could get pretty big without getting discovered. So
Okay, I
I'm
agree,
gonna say 7. Oh, okay.
I'm agreeing with you.
Okay. 7.
Spookiness.
Spookiness. 0.
What?
Come on.
If
They're
you,
not spooky.
No, listen. If you really thought there was an actual vampire in town, you wouldn't be scared of that.
Well, come on. I mean, just looking at them, though. There's spookiness from looking at them.
Oh, that's how you judge spookiness? Is
Today I do.
well.
I'm giving them a 0 in spookiness.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
No. If this was a thing, if there were real vampires and they were like in town and somehow I knew about it, I'd be fucking scared.
But what if it was Brad Pitt? If it was Louis creeping around, he's like,
He still has to kill people.
Oh, why?
I would say spookiness like a 6.
All right, you're gonna have to split the difference on that one.
All right, so what are you, a 0?
0.
Okay.
0.
So the split is a 3.
Kill factor.
Kill factor.
Hmm.
Gore and such. Did this movie have any gore at all?
No.
It was like they barely drank blood.
I think about halfway through, I was like, is this a horror movie?
Yeah. No, it was a romance.
No, it's an Anne Rice story.
Yeah. So there's technically romance and such going on. Yeah, it's like 0, right?
Yeah. But I mean, if you're into vampires, you'd probably think it was awesome.
Yeah.
But just because we don't really like vampires, they were like,
Yeah, but they didn't really do anything.
no.
They just sort of crept around and were like, oh, it's so lonely. Louis, I need friends.
Again,
Louis, please be my friend.
with kill fact. Louis, please be my friend.
No.
No.
No, I won't be your friend.
No. Let's have a Band-Aid baby.
Yeah, because when you have kids, everything turns out.
Yeah, and then the relationship is fixed.
It always fixes a relationship.
Everyone knows that. That's why it happps all the time.
It doesn't always lead to killing the father.
No.
A murder pact between the child and mother.
So Louis the mother.
Oh, Louis definitely the
I
mother.
suppose. Yeah.
So I'm gonna give it a 0. The only gore in the whole movie, that was air quotes there, was when they cut that guy in half, and it was like a split second, and could have been like some 90s version of CG.
Yeah.
So no, kill factor, I'm giving it a 0. There's no gore, no kill factor.
Now, when I think of kill factor, I probably said this every time, but I think of like, did I enjoy it? Because to me, I like horror movies. I think gore is funny. It's a good time. I did not laugh at any of these kills.
No.
I didn't have. It just wasn't. I mean, I guess when he bit her in the boob, that was kind of funny, but in a different way.
It was
But
unintentionally funny.
But I think it was supposed to be sexy or something.
Yeah,
but
but it was
was
not.
like kind of stupid and silly. But I hate vampires, so that makes sense. I mean, there was some gore, so I'll give it a 3. Did you say 0 again?
I said 0.
All right. So that's a.
I thought I was going to go easier on this movie, but when you break it down by the
1.5.
categories, I will not overall say the movie was terrible. It was we didn't even turn it off or yell at it.
Yeah, it was watchable.
I yelled at Louis a lot.
Okay, I yelled at that fucking helicopter, man.
Luckily, that was very close to the end.
Jesus. There's
And
just.
who's the
come on.
reporter in that one again?
Reporter.
The guy who was doing the interview?
Oh, Christian Slater.
Yeah, it's Christian Slater.
I think he
It
did
was like
a
a
good
lot
job.
of people in this movie are like, oh yeah, they're in this.
I know, right? I was like, Antonio Banderas.
Banderas!
Oh my
I
God.
can't believe Banderas is in this.
Whatever happened to Christian Slater? Don't tell me.
No, I don't want to know.
I don't care.
Okay, Sean.
Location.
Location.
It could be anywhere.
Yeah, they don't need the box of dirt from their homeland and all that, do they?
Like they say, we definitely need coffins, but that's just to keep out the light. So technically,
Well, no, they said we need coffins.
Mhm.
But coffins you can buy anywhere.
yeah. You can make a
So-
box and call it a coffin.
Mm,
A coffin is the box you sleep in.
Because, well, the way they said need, it made me feel like, no, it has to literally be like
Yeah.
from a coffin store.
I mean, the
and
book
it
is
has
more
to be
clear
a
about it, but we
coffin.
got to go by what they actually say and do in the movie.
Yeah, because I haven't read the book for, I don't know, many decades.
All right. But yeah, still, no problems there. Very easy to get.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
location 10.
Oh.
Aw.
Well, I feel like there are some places they wouldn't go because I feel like they're like fancy. And if we're talking about Lestat specifically, I don't think he would want to be in like a third world situation.
Oh. Wouldn't it be easier to find people to kill here, though?
He doesn't seem to
Like, get away
care,
with it?
dude. He killed
Yeah.
all those aristocrats in New Orleans. There's only like 24 of those, and then he's like, "Oh, you just fucking killed half of them, and no one gives a fuck." The movie's weak, yo. Weak as Walter. Location. I think Lestat's fussy. I'm gonna give him a 7.
All right. We'll split it on that one.
7 and 10. Oh no. Now I have to do math. 8.5. Wait. Does that make sense? Yeah, 8.5. Yeah. 8.5. Take a shot. I struggled with basic math.
Oh, here's a hard one. Would you fuck it?
Would you fuck it?
Oh my god. Would you fuck it?
Definitely not Louis, but we're not talking
We're
about
not
Louis.
talking about Louis.
Mm-hmm. Lestat looked like he had fun.
You know what?
Like, he looked like it was a fun time.
Yes.
He was, like, all dancing
Okay.
around. And
Assuming that we're not talking about and then he would kill you.
yeah.
Or we're just straight up,
Yeah.
like if you met him at a party or something.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Because that's kind of, like, what he has to do. Because that's how he gets people to go with him. I
Yeah.
guess he's sort of created to be fuckable.
Yeah, I mean, and you know, Tom Cruise. I mean, Tom Cruise always seems real short to me, and I'm only saying this because I'm a tall lady.
Yes.
So I'm allowed to desire a tall man. I'm not no 5'2"
But in every Tom Cruise
girl.
movie, isn't his character supposed to be, like, 6 feet tall?
I don't know.
Because they're always standing him on boxes and
Okay,
shit.
I can tell you this. I look at Tom Cruise, and he doesn't thrill me, and he never has, even in his younger days during this sort of movie.
Didn't you give Frankenstein, like, a 5?
For fuckability? Yeah, he's a big dude. What are you talking about?
And the sport coat.
I mean, he's a big dude, and you know that's important to it.
I mean, if it's in today and he's still wearing those frock coats, that's really going to take it down.
I don't
That's
know.
giving off serious Milady vibes.
Yeah, but his whole attitude is not Milady.
That's true. He might
I
be
was
able to pull
actually
it
gonna
off.
I was actually gonna say, okay, besides the physical situation, which I'm like, yeah, it's fine, but yeah. I like his personality. He's fun. I feel like, yeah, he would, you know, if you were going to fuck him, he would probably care about you having fun too.
Mm-hmm.
So, I guess I would give him, sorry, the cat is all up on me. Come here. Oh, did you hear that? All right, so would I fuck him? 7.
Okay. I'll back you up on that.
7?
Straight 7 down the board.
Okay. I'll just pick the cat up here. 7. 7 is 7.
All right. Lame parts and improvements. I think we already discussed your most lame part,
Oh my
the
god.
helicopter.
Helicopter.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are you doing? And overall, kind of, as a movie, it's like, there's not any depth there. But that's not what Anne Rice does. She's not a depth person.
No, it's about a very shallow relationship.
But it's not even about it's just like idea-wise. Like, she's not like trying to make a point. Well, she might, you know, some people could read into it and there may be some symbolism here and there, whatever. But as far as like a real thing, but you don't have to worry about that. She's going to take you on a ride. She's going to tell you a good story. You're going to have fun. Just go with it.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool, but it's not going to, you're not going to walk away with questions about life. Which
Now,
is,
I honestly think that this movie is fine. It's not
yeah.
my movie. I hate Louis. But that's me. I don't think there's anything intrinsically wrong with the movie. I think it's made just fine. The filming is fine. The sound is fine.
yeah.
The acting is actually not bad.
It's all fine. It's absolutely fine.
And it's just like, yeah, I really hated Brad Pitt in this, but I hate the Louis character. It's not Brad Pitt. He's doing Louis
That's the thing.
perfectly.
Yeah.
I think they all did their parts perfectly.
Yeah.
And it was a huge hit. And people loved
it.
it.
Was so huge.
It was a huge hit.
Huge.
Made so much money. They did a perfectly good movie. It's just not my kind of movie. But it's here because it's a very important movie. Because it sort of kicked off that whole crazy vampire gothic rage in the 70s. And sort of started everything that continued on after it. Because it did become like a cult classic book that inspired a lot of people. And sort of was the roots of all of the stuff that came after it. So, you wouldn't have like basic goths now if it wasn't for her. So you can blame her.
No, I think she's great. Like, I honestly, like, you know, is she, you know, like I said, if she's not the person you're going to go to, like, okay, say, like, I read a Chekhov story, okay? Chekhov reaches into my soul. All right, you're just reading Chekhov. You're like, yeah, story, da da da. You get about, I don't know, 2/3 the way through. All of a sudden, you realize he has your soul in his hand, and that's
Yeah, but I'm not reading any horror for that.
Or even Steinbeck. He is a master manipulator. Okay, Anne Rice is not that guy, and that's okay. Because sometimes you just want to have a good time,
Yes.
and this is a good time. It's fine.
And they're horror books with a bit of romance thrown in.
Yeah, so why not?
And the later ones are a lot better and builds off of it a lot better. And I really like her other books, the non-vampire ones better.
Oh,
like her
like
one-off
what?
ones, like Ramses about the mummy. Oh, I love that one.
Well, why haven't you read her Sleeping Beauty trilogy?
No, it's all right. That's okay.
I mean, I told you enough of
Mhm.
it that you know the idea.
So I definitely like her books. There's lots of good ones. It's fantastic.
She is very talented.
Mhm. And I even like the Lestat and the Queen of the Damned afterwards. Good books.
Mm.
This book I was not behind, so I'm glad I ended up reading the other ones anyway.
There you go. Everyone, get on out there.
Mm-hmm.
Read them Anne Rice. Don't
And
be
if there's parts you
scared.
don't like about this book, read the second one because it starts off with a Lestat saying, "Those were a bunch of lies. He lied about this. He lied about that."
And then I pointed out, how do you know Lestat is not lying about
Mhm.
Louis lying? Because the things that Lestat points out is Louis lying about are things that make Lestat look bad.
Exactly.
So
you
he
have
could be
two-
like, oh, he's full of shit.
Yes.
It's like, dude.
two untrustworthy sources.
But
for
that's the thing.
narrators.
Like I say, I don't remember the book interview, and I did not read any of the other ones. So maybe all that is more fleshed out when you read the actual
Yeah.
text. But all I'm going by is the movie that we watched. I don't know. a week
Yes,
ago?
which we do. We're just going by the movie.
Yeah.
And actually, shall we go to final score?
Final score.
Let's hear it.
Final score
Mm-hmm.
for Lestat.
Yes.
Interview with Vampire Anne Rice, etc. 43.5.
How's that compare against Nosferatu?
Oh my god. It blew him out of the water, dude. Nosferatu, 20.
Wow. Well, the fuckability counts for a
20.
lot.
Fuckability. Nosferatu got a 0.5. 0.5 on the fucking.
What did we give him a 0.5 for?
I know. I probably said I'd fuck him. I probably gave him a 1 because he's human or he's humanoid. Shit.
And Dracula?
Dracula's fucking score or total?
Or the Universal Dracula total score.
20.5.
Wow.
And so Lestat is
Weak.
just blowing.
And for a movie we bagged on, characters we bagged on so bad, their scores are actually pretty good.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's true.
You can't fight the science of the questions. They will reveal all.
Inner truths that we didn't even know.
So Lestat is clearly, by the numbers, a clear advancement and improvement upon vampires, and obviously is the reason why her books have been so successful.
Oh my God! See, it
This is
all
proving
works out. That the
is
system
true.
works.
The system works.
Holy shit! That's amazing.
It's amazing.
What have we done here? We're too powerful.
I know.
Shit.
And
Anyway,
we'll see
guys,
y'all next time. We've got a real good show coming up. I am going to.
I don't even
be
know what it
ecstatic
is,
for
by
this
the way.
one.
I never know until he's like, "We're watching this movie."
Mhm.
That's when I find out. So I'm gonna be just as
The next one,
surprised as you.
I love the movie, and it's fantastic, and she's gonna hate watching it so much,
Aw.
so
Aw.
much.
Oh man. All right.
That's Monster Vault. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Why don't you come into our mall?